Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon. A very warm welcome to our special guest, panel of speaker and our viewers, you teachers. I believe most of you are Batu Pahat English teachers. Welcome to today's live webinar, penerangan aktiviti Ko-Akademik Bahasa Inggeris, Sekolah Rendah, Daerah Batu Pahat tahun 2021, sesi pertama. Thank you for joining us. I'm Cikgu Afika, and I'll be moderating our webinar for today. Before we start, I would like to give some gentle reminders. Please use a stable internet connection for optimum viewing. Viewers can post questions in the chat section during presentation from the speaker, and the Q&A session will be open 5 minutes before this session ends. And last but not least, the link for SPL KPM registration will be posted at any time. So teachers, please stay tuned and be alert. Let us welcome our special guest today, Tuan Haji Yusri bin Salami, Penolong PPD Pembangunan Bakat Murid, PPD Batu Pahat. And with us today, we also have our super lady, Puan Nohiza binti Muhammad Nur, the headmistress of SK Limpun 1 and pengerusi Majlis Pemuafakatan Bahasa Inggeris Daerah Batu Pahat. And our dear speaker for today, Cikgu Hanif bin Nur Azhar, teacher at SK Tengku Mariam and also pegawai teknikal Bahasa Inggeris Sekolah Rendah Daerah Batu Pahat. Welcome Mr. Hanif. How are you today?
Thank you very much, Cikgu Afika. I'm doing great here. How about you, Cikgu Afika?
I'm doing great too. Have you had your lunch, Mr. Hanif?
Yeah, I've had my lunch. It was nasi biryani. It was delicious. Thank you so much.
Wow, Alhamdulillah. Okay, thank you, Mr. Hanif. We'll come back to you after this. Okay, I believe most of you teachers are aware of the latest post, this post about aktiviti sokongan akademik Bahasa Inggeris Daerah Batu Pahat tahun 2021. And if you can see, for primary schools, there are 10 co-academic activities that will be contested. Number 1, storytelling level 1, storytelling level 2, public speaking, poetry recitation, essay writing, poetry writing, sketch, Scrabble, mini documentary, and lastly, product review. Okay, there are 2 new competitions, I would say. Okay. And the objectives of our today's webinar is to provide understanding of the concepts and rules of all competitions. And our speaker today will share ideas and tips of adjudication for each competition. And today's webinar will answer any uncertainties and misunderstandings that you teachers might have about the competition. So don't worry, we will answer every question. Okay, stay tuned. To give us the opening remarks for our today's webinar, let me call on our special guest, Tuan Haji Yusri bin Salami, Penolong PPD Pembangunan Bakat Murid, PPD Batu Pahat. Over to you, Tuan Haji.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat petang. Salam seniji dari Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Batu Pahat. Thank you Cikgu Afika binti Zainal selaku moderator kita pada hari ini. Yang saya hormati Puan Nuriza binti Muhammad Nur selaku pengerusi Majlis Pemuafakatan Bahasa Inggeris Sekolah Rendah Daerah Batu Pahat merangkap Guru Besar SK Limpun 1. Yang dimuliakan Cikgu Hanif bin Azhar selaku panel kita pada hari ini merangkap pegawai teknikal Bahasa Inggeris Sekolah Rendah yang juga PT Storytelling di peringkat negeri Johor. Sebenarnya kita di Batu Pahat ni kita beruntung, kita ada 2 lagi rakan guru kita iaitu Muhammad Zikri dari SK Seterus sebagai pegawai teknikal public speaking di JPNJ dan Puan Nur Samira sebagai pegawai teknikal essay writing bagi sekolah menengah yang mengajar di SMK Siri Gading. Syukur Alhamdulillah kerana dengan izin keadaan ilahi kita dapat sama-sama dalam majlis ilmu ini. Terima kasih sekali lagi menjemput saya dalam webinar penerangan aktiviti Ko-Akademik Bahasa Inggeris untuk Sekolah Rendah tahun 2021. Pertama-tamanya, Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Batu Pahat mengucapkan tahniah kepada Puan Pengerusi serta Cikgu Ainib dan pegawai teknikal lain kerana dapat mengadakan dan menganjurkan webinar penerangan aktiviti Ko-Akademik bagi Bahasa Inggeris Sekolah Rendah untuk siri pertama tahun 2021 kepada semua guru-guru, ketua panitia ataupun guru bahasa Inggeris yang mengajar di daerah Batu Pahat, khususnya di SK, SJKC dan SJKT, dan tahniah tuan. Untuk makluman semua, aktiviti Ko-Akademik ini merupakan salah satu aktiviti yang terkandung dalam takwim KPM, JPNJ dan PPD. Kebiasaannya kita mengajukan pertandingan sebegini rupa dalam suasana bersemuka. Tetapi sejak tahun 2020 hingga kini, kita masih meneruskan lagi aktiviti ini dalam keadaan yang normal baru, dalam keadaan kaedah pertanian yang agak berbeza, iaitu secara online, Google Meet dan apa-apa saja media penyampaian agar program ini dapat diteruskan walaupun negara kita dilanda dalam keadaan pandemik COVID-19. Walaupun kita masih dalam PKP 3.0, aktiviti Ko-Akademik ini masih diteruskan seperti biasa bagi tujuan untuk kita memilih pelajar peserta untuk mewakili daerah Batu Pahat ke peringkat negeri ataupun ke peringkat kebangsaan yang terbaik. Selain itu juga, ia bertujuan untuk membantu para pelajar untuk mendapatkan sijil atau sijil untuk diisi dalam PHSK, terutamanya pelajar tahun 6 yang mana UPSR-nya sudah dimasukkan. Dengan adanya sijil ini nanti, kita akan dapat membantu pelajar tahun 6 untuk menyambung pelajaran ke tingkatan 1 sama ada di asrama harian, sekolah berasrama penuh, MSM ataupun sekolah menengah agamanya dari segi mata kredit ataupun sekolah PHSK. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian, saya yakin dan percaya dengan adanya webinar ini sedikit sebanyak dapat membantu dan memberi kepahaman atau maklumat atau info kepada pihak sekolah dari segi peraturan, syarat, tata konsep dan kaedah penganjuran dan penjuriannya. Akhir kata dari saya menyeru dan menyebut semua sekolah baik di SK, SJKC, SJKT agar dapat menyertai pertandingan ini secara terbuka, percuma tiada sujuran atau pembayaran dikenakan di peringkat daerah nanti. Pilihlah pelajar peserta di sekolah tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang terbaik dengan adil tanpa mengetepikan perbezaan kaum, agama. Selamat berwebinar. Saya ucapkan kepada semua, stay at home, stay safe dan lindung diri, lindung semua. Sekian, terima kasih.
Thank you, Tuan Haji, for your speech just now. Next, we would like to invite Puan Nohiza binti Muhammad Noor, the Headmistress of SK Limpun 1 and Pengerusi Majlis Pemuafakatan Bahasa Inggeris Daerah Batu Pahat to deliver her welcoming speech. Over to you, Puan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks to Cikgu Afika as the moderator of this webinar. My most respect to Tuan Haji Yusri bin Salami, penolong PPD, Unit Pembangunan Bakat Murid PPD Batu Pahat. Encik Hanif bin Nur Azhar, Ketua Pegawai Teknikal Daerah Bahasa Inggeris Sekolah Rendah Daerah Batu Pahat. Pegawai Teknikal Daerah Bahasa Inggeris Sekolah Rendah Daerah Batu Pahat. And to all my English teachers from Batu Pahat and all over Johor who are watching this live webinar. To begin with, I'm very grateful to be here with this wonderful team this year as we are embracing the pandemic with a way more innovative and creative approach in developing our students' talent. I would like to congratulate to the most distinguished and energetic English language teacher, Mr. Hanif bin Nur Azhar, as the head of technical officer, and all the other awesome technical officers in organizing this live webinar. I believe that this is a good effort in helping our beloved English teachers to take this opportunity and comprehend all the news and regulations for each activity that we are going to organize. In conclusions, by having this live webinar, I would also like to urge all English teachers, especially from Batu Pahat, to encourage your pupils to join this year's English Carnival. Before I end my speech, I wish all the best with this new and exciting English Carnival this year. Have the day you deserve. Thank you.
Thank you, Puan Nohiza binti Muhammad Noor. Now, without further ado, we will turn the time over to our speaker, Cikgu Hanif bin Nur Azhar. Before that, I would like to remind you teachers, if you have any questions, please drop your questions in the chat section and our speaker will answer your questions directly. Are you ready, Cikgu Hanif? Over to you.
Thank you, Cikgu Nur Afrika Zainal, for moderating this webinar and welcoming me in this, exciting live webinar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. My utmost respect to Tuan Haji Yusri bin Salami, penolong pegawai PPD, pembangunan bakat murid from PPD Batu Pahat, Puan Nohiza binti Muhammad Noor, Guru Besar Sekolah Kebangsaan Limpun 1, as well as the pengerusi Majlis Pemufakatan Bahasa Inggeris Sekolah Rendah, Daerah Batu Pahat, to all the Batu Pahat technical officers appointed by the PPD Batu Pahat, and of course, dear English teachers coming from Batu Pahat and maybe from all over Johor and any parts of Malaysia. Welcome to this live webinar. We are all very glad to be here actually today. And I can see lots of teachers comment in the live session. We have Cikgu Adiba binti Jumaat, Cikgu Zikri Effandi, yeah. We have Cikgu Nur Amira Razli, Cikgu Faiza, Cikgu Sok King from SJKC Nan, Cikgu Huda from SK Jelotong, and everyone here. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. Now, ladies and gentlemen, maybe we can have our slides on the stage. Cikgu Kamaro, thank you. Now, I am here today to present to you about the organization of the English Ko-Akademik activities for the primary school level in 2021. And if you should have any questions, please do comment and write in the live chat section. And inshallah, I will try my best to answer each and every question from you lah, okay? Now, I'm a bit nervous actually. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with the committee members, Jawatan Kuasa Indo and the technical officers. As you can see, right now we are under the supervision of Tuan Haji Yusri bin Salami, penolong PPD Pembangunan Bakat Murid from PPD Batu Pahat, assisted by Encik Muhammad Suhaimi as the head of the unit, and of course led by Encik Azman bin Khambali, and monitored by Dr. Suhaimi bin Ismail, our PPD Batu Pahat. And this is the new organizational chart we have in PPD Batu Pahat. And I'm sure all of you are still wondering whether we can actually or not conduct co-curricular activities with our students, especially in this pandemic of PKP. Well, actually, yes, we can do that with your students, but it is outside of the PDPR time. So set your time carefully, plan your time, plan the training well, and inshallah, you can do that actually with your students. Okay, now this is the list of the new technical officers for 2021 appointed by PPD Daerah Batu Pahat and suggested by the Johor State Education Department. Okay, I myself, Cikgu Hanif, as Deputy Daerah from SK Tengku Mariam. We also have Cikgu Adura as the penolong PT Daerah. Cikgu Adura, are you there? Maybe you can comment in the chat section. Okay, and I believe all the technical officers here maybe are not on live with me, but they are live in the chat section. Okay, so if you have any questions, of course, you can ask them and you can directly ask me, okay? And then we have Cikgu Kamaro Arifin from SK Siri as the PT Poetry Recitation. He is also the moderator, he is also the host for this webinar. So thank you very much, Cikgu Kamaro. We also have Cikgu Zikri Effandi as the PT for Public Speaking from SK Seri Telok. Cikgu Bu Vi Hiang as the PT for Scrabble from SJKC Huanan. Cikgu Nurul Ain binti Zahad, or famously known as Cikgu M, okay, as the PT Storytelling from SK Temenggung Ibrahim Penggaram. We have the beautiful Cikgu Izzati binti Idris, PT for Essay Writing from SK Convent Batu Pahat. We have Madam Teh Sok Ka as the PT for Poetry Writing from SJKC Sinhua Bukit Pasir. We also have Cikgu Afika binti Zainal, our moderator today, as the PT for Sketch Competition from SK Yompeng. We also have the beautiful Cikgu Abirami Anak Perempuan Manogaran as the PT for Product Review Competition from SK Bukit Soga. Mr. Eugene Lee Zirui as the PT Dare to Spell from SJKC Chonghua Sungai Ayam. PT for mini documentary, Cikgu Pravin Kumar, anak lelaki P. Ravandran, okay, from SK Siri Bertam. We also have PT for PT Technology System dan Maklumat, Cikgu Azwan Farid bin Seh from SK Sri Bandan, Cikgu Muhammad Solihin bin Kamari from SK Sengarang, and Cikgu Muhammad Fauzi bin Ahmad from SK Kampung Baru. So okay, you may screenshot this part because I think you might need to contact them in any time. Okay, so please do take note of these, or maybe you can write down their numbers and their school name and their full name, and you may contact them from time to time in case if you should have any problems or questions regarding to the competitions that you want to participate with your students. Okay, are you done? Screenshot? Good job. Okay, now let's go to the calendar of activities. Okay, when is the due date? You know, what should you do with the planning, the judging, and everything. So let's take a look into the calendar. Now, as you can see, this is the takwim activity for peringkat daerah Batu Pahat only. Okay, this is only for Batu Pahat. Okay, so as you can see, for storytelling level 1, the last date or the due date is on 26th of August. Storytelling level 2 and public speaking is on 23rd of August. Why is it earlier than the rest of the other competitions? Because for storytelling level 2 and public speaking, we will have impromptu sessions. So that is why we need to do it earlier than the rest of the other competitions. Okay? But the rest, like poetry, recitation, essay writing, poetry writing, mini documentary, these are all fall on the same date, which is 26th of August. And the registration for the state level is on the 1st of September. Okay, so I really hope that all of you, Batu Pahat teachers, to follow this date. Okay, make sure you submit the registration on 26th of August, or better, before the 26th of August. Okay, we will close the registration on 26th of August right at 4 p.m. Okay, right at 4 p.m. on 26th of August, we will close the registration form. Okay, any registration after 4 p.m. on 26th of August or 23rd of August will not be accepted. Okay, please take note on that. Okay, we also have pertandingan sketsa bahasa Inggeris or sketch competition. I'm sure you are all excited because this is a new competition introduced for the primary school level, okay? And I believe this is the earliest that we need to submit. It's on 29th of July, which is this month, okay? I'm sure you are all wondering, oh my God, you have to prepare everything, a lot here and there. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the challenge that we need to take and the challenge that we need to embrace with the pandemic situation going on here and everything. So that is why, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it depends on your good and well management to manage the training and everything. So it falls on 29th of July. Okay, for the ECC or English Cyberspace Challenge, which comprises of 3 competitions, Scrabble, Dare to Spell, and product reviews. For now, we haven't received any concept paper from the Bahagian or from Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Johor. That is why we haven't set the date yet. Okay, but if we have received the concept papers and everything, we will do another live webinar, Siri 2. Okay, for Siri 2, we will explain on the competitions that we do not have any concept papers for now. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready because we are going deeper to know about all these competitions. Okay, I'm going to explain more about the requirements of these competitions. And yes, if you have any questions in the chat section, please do so. Please write in the chat section so that I can see if you have any questions. Okay, now, these are the competitions that we have. The target students, the number of participations allowed, and the mode that we are going to conduct. Okay, as we can see, everything will be done through online. Okay, whether it's recorded or live session. Now, let's take a look one by one. For storytelling level 1, okay, for storytelling level 1, the target students is for students from level 1, okay, but only for year 3 pupils only. I stress again, yeah, it's only for year 3 pupils only. Okay, even for the state level, they only allow the year 3 pupils only to participate. Year 1 and year 2, relax, cool down. Okay, in the coming years, we have more competitions. Okay, for now, train first, and inshallah, by them getting into year 3, they can actually participate. Okay, now we allow for 2 participations from each school. Okay, we allow 2 participations from each school. Okay, and it's done through recording. You just have to record and submit the video. For storytelling level 2, we got 2 rounds. For round number 1 and round number 2, of course, both are for the level 2 students from year 4 to year 6. Okay, and we also allow 2 participations from each school, and it's done through recording. The top 5 from the round 1 will go to the live session, which is the impromptu session. Okay, schools who are involved in the final round will be contacted by the PT, okay, by the technical officers. Okay, and for public speaking, it goes the same as well. We have Pusingan 1, Pusingan 2, okay, 2 participations from each school, and top 5 will go for the live session or the impromptu session. For poetry recitation, we allow for 2 participation, okay, essay writing to, poetry writing to, mini documentary to, and sketch, we only allow 1 team from each school, because 1 team comprises of 10 participants, 10 pupils, 10 level 2 pupils, and of course it's done through recording. Teachers, I'm sure you have lots of questions going on about this storytelling. How is it going to be recorded? What are the new rules and the new regulations? We will go that later. Okay, now I want to touch, before I go into the different competitions that we have, I really want to stress about the registration links that we are going to use. Okay, as you can see from the slide, semua penyertaan mesti melalui link pendaftaran yang disediakan oleh PPD Batu Pahat. Sebarang penyertaan melalui link selain ini dianggap batal dan tidak akan dinilai. There are lots of links outside there. Okay, maybe it's coming from Jabatan, or maybe it's coming from Bahagian, or maybe it's coming from the other agencies. No, we do not use their links. We only use this link. Okay, so please screenshot. You may screenshot this slide or this slide. Particularly this slide, if you want to keep record with the QR code and the URL address. As you can see, there is the web address and there is the QR code. Okay, this QR code is also the same with the posters that we have distributed to PPD and to all schools in Batu Pahat. Okay, so in case if your school does not receive the poster, please scan this QR code and keep a note on that. Okay, okay, we have a question from Shelly Mel. Is it compulsory each school to take part in all competitions, or we can choose? Teachers, we encourage all schools to take part in all competitions. We do encourage you to participate in all competitions. Winning or losing does not matter, as long as we give experience for the participants to join this competition. But I do understand, due to this pandemic, you may have problems, trying to find the students, trying to train them. So plan well with the parents and the communities. If you have time and you have the opportunity to participate in all competitions, that would be great. Okay, because all participants will directly get the district level certificate. There is no more zone level competition. This is directly to the district level competition. So it will be great if we can participate in all competitions, having more students to participate, and you will get more certificates in the district level that may contribute for their PJSK scoring. Okay? Okay, next one. If you go to the website, as you can see, this is the homepage website. Okay, if you go into the website as I given below just now, okay, you can see this is the official website of the official homepage design. Okay, and I would like to thank the technical team for building this beautiful and interactive website for all English teachers to get more information, because in this website they prepare to you the concept papers as well as the registration forms. But of course, if you still have any questions, you can of course directly call or contact me and the other technical officers. Okay, Now, this is the kaedah pendaftaran. Okay, as you can see, for step 1, you just have to train your students. Okay, rakaman di sekolah tidak dibenarkan. I would like to stress again, okay, rakaman di sekolah tidak dibenarkan. It depends on the creativity of the students and the management of a teacher on how to record the students, okay? That's why I said you really need to collaborate well with the communities and the parents as well in order for you to get the recording, okay? And langkah tu, after you have got the recording or after you have done the recording, you can go to the official PPD BP website, okay, and register your students there. Okay, and langkah ketiga, if you should have like, and if you are contacted by the technical officers to register for the state level, yes, it means your students have won the district level competitions, and you can straight away register for the state level competitions. Okay, yeah, I think we have one question here. Can we have more 2 participants for public speaking for students? Cannot. We only allow 2 participation, which means 1 participation, 1 student. So you only have 2 students. You are allowed to register 2 students only. And remember, teachers, please do not use the same script. Okay, I stress again, do not use the same script. Yes, we allow for 2 participations for public speaking, even storytelling or essay writing, poetry recitation, but do not use the same script. If you use the same script, we are very sorry, we have to disqualify your students. It's in the rules, even used by the state level, okay? So please, okay, if you want your students to participate, put an effort, write 2 scripts, produce 2 more scripts and everything so that you can actually have your students, okay? Okay, as you can see, these are the posters distributed by Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Johor. Okay, these posters or these links are only for the schools who manage to go for the state level. Okay, so please do not use these link. Okay, I stress again, do not use these link. You are only allowed to use the links provided by PPD Batu Pahat. Okay, and this is the registration form for Daftar SPL KPM. And now, if you want to register, as Cikgu Afika mentioned earlier, the registration link and everything will not be given at the end or in the beginning. It can be in the middle and somehow. Okay, so yeah, you can actually scan right now or screenshot right now so that you can scan for your SPL KPM. Okay, I give you time about this. We are not finished yet. Okay, I'm just giving you the QR code for the SPL KPM registration. Yes, Cikgu Hairul Hajid. Yes, you can rewatch this webinar. Okay, you can rewatch this webinar later. It's saved in this YouTube channel. Okay, so you can watch this webinar again and again. Of course, you can actually share this video to your school teachers later so that they can watch this video and understand better. Okay, so yeah, it would be great to have everyone watch the same video. Cikgu Vijay, okay, how about poem recitation? Is it a duet or solo? It's a solo competition. Okay, Cikgu Vijay, it's a solo competition. Yeah, I will explain further on the concept papers later. Okay. Thank you, Cikgu Ain. Okay. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to share and let's take a look into all these, the new concept papers released by the Bahagian from KPM. Okay, teachers, we are going to look into one by one for all the competitions that we have. Okay, so let's start with the first one. We have storytelling competition. So for those teachers outside there who really want to join this competition, and I believe this is one of the most popular competitions because everyone wants to participate in storytelling. Everyone wants to be a storyteller. So what are the new rules and regulation and a few tips that I might give to you. Okay? So this is the concept paper. You may download the concept paper later from the official PPDBP website. Okay? This is the introduction, objective. Okay. Few things that I would like to stress. I will not touch everything. I will just highlight a few things so that you may actually remind yourself and the other teachers about these rules. Okay. So for storytelling competition, it's open only for year 4 and year 6. Year 4 to year 6 pupils only for level 2. Okay, for level 2. Okay, for level 2. For level 1, okay, it's for year 3 pupils only. It's not stated here, okay? But for the district level, we have decided it's for the district and state level, we have decided it's only for year 3 pupils only. Okay, so we have 2 sections, prepare impromptu. Impromptu is only for level 2 students. Okay, now, stories presented can be authentic, adapted, or originally written. Stories must be thematically educational. Okay, what I want to stress here is that teachers, please do not use the same old stories. For example, like Snow White, about Pinocchio, those old folk stories. Okay, please, you may try to create or adapt any stories that make people to think like, oh, this is the moral value of the story, that makes people want to really to listen to you. A story that makes people to listen to and to feel the emotion, to feel the facial expressions of the characters that the storyteller is presenting. A story that might give them, a plot twist here and there. It would be great, teachers, because in the storytelling, okay, what I want to stress in the storytelling is that storytelling is not like public speaking. Okay, public speaking is just delivering information. Okay, it's about delivering information, delivering facts, convincing people about a certain ideas or opinions. Okay. Okay, and of course, storytelling, it focuses more on the delivery of the storyteller, the facial expression, the body language, the voice modulation that carries lots of marks. So please train your students based on these rules. And of course, for 3.3.1 here, what I really want to stress is choose a very good, wise story that makes people to think and to feel and to reflect their emotion, not the same old stories. Okay, it's 4 to 5 minutes, same for level 1. Okay, this is very important also. You must record the video in horizontal or landscape, not this one, but not vertical, tegak. It has to be horizontal and single plain color background. Okay, single plain color background. It can be green only, it can be white only, it can be blue, and it can be any color, but it must be in a plain color background. Why is it the new rules set by the ministry has to be like this? Because last year, when I became the judge for storytelling state level, okay, lots of videos, okay, coming, from students. They adapted the video. They were very creative actually, because they recorded the storytelling like around the beach, around the waterfall, just to give a scenery mode for the storytelling. But actually it's not allowed. Because why? Because it is difficult for the judges to really judge on that, because certain students, they are just staying at home. Maybe their house is not nearby the waterfall. Maybe the house is not nearby the beach. So that's why they record it in the house or in a room. Okay, so to be fair, we have decided that for the storytelling competition, okay, it has to be recorded in a single plain color background. This rule also applies to all the other competitions: public speaking, poetry recitation. Okay, so remember, teacher, record in a single plain color background. Okay, some of the teachers even ask me, can I use green screen? You can use green screen, only the green backdrop, but you cannot adapt the green screen like as if you are on a boat or maybe you are in a forest, something like that. Okay, we got one question. How about the costume, Cikgu Gary? Very good. Okay, let's go to this one. Yes, you are allowed to wear costumes. Okay, you are allowed to wear costumes. And please read this one, teacher. It must be in a single take recording. What I mean by single take recording is that when you record the students from the beginning, okay, let's start. So the kid will present to you, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My story today. So until the end of the story, it has to be recorded in one single take. You cannot like, okay, stop from paragraph 1, okay, stop here. And then we continue for paragraph 2, we record again. Cannot. After that, you combine the videos. Oh, cannot. If you do that, teachers, we need to disqualify the videos. A lot of videos coming from last year, storytelling last year, a lot of students did that. So unfortunately, they had to disqualify the videos. So this year, we don't want this to happen from Batu Pahat. We want all the videos from Batu Pahat to really follow, to strictly follow the rules and regulation. It has to be in a single take only, okay? And plain background, horizontal, okay? Because why we put horizontal? Last year, teacher, trust me, there were students who are recording in the vertical mode, closely right to the face. Okay, another tips I would like to suggest is that please record to show at least 70% of the body, of the upper body. What I mean is the upper body. Since you are recording in landscape mode, so please record in at least you can see 70% like this. Okay, 70% of the body. Why is it like that? So that only then the judges can give marks on your body language, facial expression, gestures, emotions and everything to really understand and to really feel the video. Okay, so please, okay, show at least 70% of the upper body. I will put that in the concept paper this later so that you may download it. Okay. Okay. For impromptu session, it will be by teleconferencing. Of course, it's the Google Meet. We will use Google Meet for Batu Pahat. And I would like to remind again, please train your students not to use the same story for section 1. Okay, for example, you have section 1. The title of the story was RM20 ringgit. Okay, and then you go for section 2. The kids got a phrase saying that, a phrase. They will receive a phrase. For example, a phrase like, last night when I woke up, ... So you use this, the student used the same story. Last night I woke up and I got 20 ringgit under my pillow, and then he started, telling the same story. You cannot do that. You cannot repeat the same story from round 1. It has to be a different story, different characters, different story. Okay, and it's 2 to 3 minutes only. So you may train your students for the impromptu sections. Okay. Another thing that I would like to highlight on storytelling is that you are looking into the judging criteria here. As you can see, language proficiency carries the highest mark here. So that is why you need to try to find students who do not have any accents or slangs. What I mean here is that we want to listen to the correct and clear, accurate pronunciation and enunciation, as well as the intonation. Okay, so please do find your students and train your students with the pronunciation. Okay, you may have good and beautiful costumes, but if you don't have the language proficiency, you do not have the pronunciation or enunciation, that will be a big problem, and the possibility of winning might be not that high. Okay, now another thing that I would like to highlight here in storytelling, most of the teachers always miss this part. Voice modulation. What I mean by voice modulation is that the kid must have the voice of a storyteller or the voice of the moderator. For example, like once upon a time, there was a beautiful lady named Elisa. Elisa said, so the voice of Elisa, you must have different voices for different characters. You cannot use the same one voice to narrate the story and to become the characters. You must use different voices to animate the characters. Hello, tonight I want to talk about, something like the intonation, the voice modulation has to be there. Only then it is a storytelling. If you are using only one voice, only we cannot differentiate the characters, and it's not storytelling. Okay. And another thing that I would like to highlight, that you must put the moral value at the end of the presentation or at the end of the story. Okay, remember this one. Moral value is very important because you can see here from the marking criteria. Okay, we are talking about interesting. This is what I mentioned before. Interesting and appealing story. If you are only telling story of a Snow White, the story that we already know, the story that we can already predict the ending and everything, so it's not interesting and appealing anymore. Unless if you want to adapt the story of Snow White, maybe not eating an apple, maybe eating a pineapple, or maybe eating a mango. I don't know, something to put the adaptation there to make the story more interesting. Okay, so that is why you need to adapt the stories and not use the same old stories. And of course, highlight the moral values at the end of the presentation. Okay, this is the scoring, adjudication form and everything. Okay, I believe that the one that we have maybe posted by Jabatan is the official concept paper released by Bahagian, but this is the one that I scribble here. So do you want the scribble version, teachers? If you want, maybe you can write in the chat section so I can see. Okay, now I can see lots of you are commenting here and there. Okay, very good. Okay, let's go to the next competition here. We have public speaking competition. So for those teachers who want to participate in this competition, you may focus on this one. Okay. For the public speaking competition primary level, it opens only for year 4 to year 6 pupils. Okay. Okay, and then the prepared speech, it can be any topic, and the impromptu speech, it is a topic prepared by the organizer, which is the PPD Batu Pahat. Teachers, I want to stress again in public speaking, please do not use the same old public speaking topic. For example, the benefits of eating healthy food, or the benefits of daily exercising, any general topics, normal topics that people really talk, about, school uniforms, about, choose something else that makes people to think. Maybe talk about child abuse. Maybe you want to talk about elder abuse. Maybe you want to encourage students to learn about cashless society, something like that. A new topic that brings us to think a new way of approaching public speaking. Okay, it's not the same old topic. Choose a different topic that follows the trends. Only then you will get higher marks. Okay, maybe you can talk also about mental health. These are the topics that people are currently talking about. Okay, yes, yeah, you may do COVID-19 as well. Okay, but it will be boring to only tell the story of yourself. The story must reflect to a certain knowledge or certain ideas. Okay, we will look into that further later. Okay, for storytelling, it's 4 to 6 minutes only. 4 to 6 minutes only. Okay, and students are required to wear school uniform without school logo. Teachers, please record your students using school uniform without school logo. We do not want any issues with the judging, so that is why we require all students to wear school uniform without school logo. Again, teachers, recorded video in horizontal or landscape and single take only in a single plain color background, and of course showing 70% of the upper body. The same rule also applies for this competition. Okay, for the impromptu session, we will explain further for those who make it to the top 5. Okay, yeah, this one. Okay, subject matter. Is the subject matter of the speech suitable and substantial? Is it original, intelligent, in an exploration of the subject? This is what I say. If you want to talk about, an old topic that people already know, okay, topics that, same old topic, okay, these topics, okay, they are not, yes, they are true, okay, they are original, but then is it really creative? Is it really intelligent in the terms of exploration of the subject? Okay, develop argument, okay, logically and effectively. Okay, you can see that is why I really encourage you to choose a topic that follows the trend, so that even the judges would love to listen to, and they feel not bored to listen to the same topic only. Okay, teachers? Yeah, is the message or point of view conveyed in clear, correct, comprehensible, and appropriate language? I do understand that sometimes certain people think public speaking requires, modern and big words. You don't have to do that. The main point is actually telling and convincing people about the points. How many points? 1 or 2 points, Mr. Hanif, it's up to you. Okay, it's up to you on how to elaborate. But of course, in public speaking, if you want to elaborate a point, you must have a short explanation, few examples, and it will be good to have real statistics or real examples from the real life situations. Okay? And this one over dramatized, because sometimes when we did the judging for the state level last year, of course, there were a few students who over dramatized public speaking. They might think it's just like a drama and so on, telling a story. Again, as I said, storytelling does not require you to move here and there, to move your hands up in the air, something like that. It's about convincing people, use the voice and everything. Okay, that is public speaking. Okay, telling people, to convince people about your ideas and opinions. Okay. And public speaking, as you can see, this is the scoring criteria. And yeah, before I move on to the next competition, do you have any questions? Chil Kamarul, do you have any questions coming on? I'm sure you're all good, and I'm sure the PTs are also helping in the chat section. Thank you very much, technical officers there. Okay. Let's go for the next competition. Okay, it's poetry recitation competition. Okay, poetry recitation competition. Oh, I think I have a question here. Can one student take part in 2 competitions? Yes. Let's say myself, Hanif, my teacher registers me for the poetry recitation. My teacher also registers me for public speaking. That would be great. But teacher, again, as I said, when it comes to kemenjadian murid, when we want to evaluate kemenjadian murid, we are looking into the number of heads. Okay, bilangan kepala yang ada. Okay, we're looking into the number of heads. Even when you want to key in into the co-curricular website or PAJK website and everything, we are looking into the number of heads. So try not to use the same student for all competitions. Try to have varieties of them. Give them opportunities. Do not give the same pupil only, okay? Try to train more pupils. This is a golden opportunity because, we don't have to go to school. We don't have to do, lots of things in school. So right now you have free time to actually train your students, to train more students, okay? So you can actually organize this. Maybe you can have storytelling competition. You give to all 30 pupils in your classroom, okay? So give them about 1 week or 1.5 weeks for them to memorize, and do this Google Meet to interview them, to ask them present or ask them to record the videos. So it can be done in a school level only, and you may choose. So you might be surprised because there are certain students who seem not to be good, but it can be good. Because why? Because their parents are there to support them at home. Okay, and I believe this is a very good opportunity to let more students to come into these competitions, and the more the merrier. Phrase would be a real thing to talk about. Okay, next we have poetry recitation competition. Okay, now for the poetry recitation competition, it opens only from year 4 to year 6 pupils, and only 1 pupil can represent his or her school in the competition. Not like before, we allow, not like before, the poetry recitation is a duet competition, but right now, poetry recitation is a solo competition. It's a solo competition only. And, okay, be aware of the time, especially for poetry recitation. Not less than 4 minutes and not more than 6 minutes. Okay, it can be 4 to 6 minutes. So please be aware of the time that you have. When you write the poem, okay, you can recite the poem and test the time first before giving out to your students. So you can test the time, okay? Make sure you please follow the time given here. Ladies and gentlemen, why? Because this is an online competition. You know, if we can see the video is more than 6 minutes, like 8 minutes or even 10 minutes, unfortunately we have to disqualify because you are not following the rules and regulations set by the organizer. So make sure you follow the time carefully because the judges may have more than 100 videos to watch. So if you do not abide to the rules and regulations, we might have to disqualify you. So please be aware of the time. Not less than 4, not more than 6. Now, the poem must be entirely authentic and original and must have never been published or have won any prize in any other competitions, especially prior to these competitions. Okay, it must be authentic and original. And the tip has been given by the BP bahagian, which is if I may ... Okay, if I may ... When we talk about poetry recitation here, okay, okay, 3 copies of the poem, you know, must be submitted. Okay, I would like to stress on this part. Okay, expressing the type of poems that are written. Okay, in meter or verse, expressing various emotions. Poetry recitation involves emotions. Storytelling, it involves emotions, facial expressions, and everything, you know. But the poetry here, what we want here is from words to heart. Okay, from words to hearts. Whenever the people are reciting the words, the listener can truly feel, can truly understand and comprehend what the student is actually presenting and telling them in the poem. So please, teachers, choose and write a good poem that can actually portray the emotions. Choose all the wise words that we have. You may also use all the language poetry devices such as metaphors, similes, onomatopoeia, hyperbole, you know, all those devices, literature devices that we have. So you may use that to actually portray the emotions of the poem. Okay? Rhyme, okay, you may have rhyming poem as well. Okay? Okay. The students also have to wear school uniform without school logo. Okay, it's the same. Okay, now this is also very important in poetry recitation. You cannot include any singing, music, props, or artificial sound effects. Last year, it happened in the state level. There were so many videos of students reciting poem with costumes, with makeups. If they even put sounds, yeah, they even put sounds. You know, like the kids. One of the participants was telling, was reciting a poem about a whale. Okay, about a whale that about a whale being killed. Okay, so he put on some music in the videos and everything. Yes, somehow it gives us more, you know, it sets the mood better, you know, to listen to the poem. But then it does not comply to the rules and regulations. Okay, so teachers, any theatrical performance of the poem is not allowed. Okay, like moving around, jumping, cannot. It has to be static and presenting the poem. Like I said, only from words to hearts. Okay, not from jumping, not from singing, not from acting. No, you cannot be so dramatic. You cannot so be theatrical. Okay. Now again, it should be in a single take only. We cannot combine videos. Maybe okay, kid. Okay, you ask your student. Okay, record the first verse. Only that. Okay, stop. Okay, take 5 first. Okay, drink. Cannot, teachers. You need to record in a single take. Again, it's the same. Using the plain background color and horizontal mode and 70% of the upper body. Okay? That will be all for the poetry recitation competition. If you have any questions, teachers, you may ask me. Do you have any more questions? Okay, good. No questions from the control house. Okay, now let's go for the next competition. Exciting competition. It's online English language essay writing competition. It's an essay writing competition. Yeah, it opens only for year 4 up to year 6 pupils. Okay. For the national level, it will be on different topic. Okay. So this topic, okay, is only for this topic. Okay. This is the topic. What makes a person beautiful? What makes a person beautiful? So this topic applies only from the district level up to the state level only. For the national level, it will be a different topic. So teachers, you may guide your students on how to write this essay. What makes a person beautiful? Again, as I said, if you want to win this competition, you have to bring a new side, a different perspective on how we want to elaborate what makes a person beautiful. Okay, is it from the inside or outside only? Or maybe it's the other person's view on us, on how beautiful we are. So it depends on you on how to write the essay. But do not write the essay, in a very boring mode, such as giving facts only, according to the statistic, a person is beautiful by just having this blah 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 blah. No, the essay has to include their opinions, their ideas, okay, original ideas. Okay, only one essay under one category. Okay, as we mentioned earlier, you may actually submit 2 participation for this competition. For poetry recitation, public speaking, 2 participation. So we may receive 2 essays only. Okay, now let's say teachers, if you don't want to send 2, you still want to send 4, you still want to send 6. Unfortunately, we will only assess the first 2 early registration. The other 4 competition or the other 4 registrations, we will just have to disqualify. It will be such a waste, teachers. So make sure you only participate, you only submit 2 essays only. Okay? It must be in the PDF file. Please, teacher, you must submit in PDF file. If you don't know how to convert Word to PDF, you can just Google Word to PDF, convert Word to PDF. Or you may save as in the Word, save as PDF. It's very easy. Why, Mr. Hanif, must PDF? Why cannot I give you Word? Why I cannot give you, in other forms, okay, or in another mode or format? Okay, because why, teachers? We are using PDF because we want to scan your essay. We want to look into the number of words and everything. And there is a system to actually analyze that. And to be able to do that, we need to use the format in PDF file only and upload through the official PPD website. Okay? For the English language essay writing, I would like to stress that it is based on pupils' own work, authentic and original, and must have never been published. Okay? I understand that, teachers may help and assist students in writing the competition. Yes, you may do so actually. And I really hope you do actually encourage your students to participate. Maybe you can give this topic to all your year 6 or year 5, they can submit their essay later to you. You may have lots of participations from your students, and you choose 2, the best 2 to represent your school. Okay, and you may have them in the terms of editing and processing, but do not give them the main ideas. Let them think about it, and yes, assist them in the way that we assist them minimally. Okay. Okay, another thing that I really want you to follow strictly. Okay, if you do not follow these rules, unfortunately, we have to disqualify you. Last year during the state level, a number of essays coming from Batu Pahat were disqualified by the state level. Why? Because they did not follow these rules. Okay, 5.5.2 essays must be typed using Times New Roman, size 12 with 1.5 spacing. Follow this strictly, teacher, because in the system later, they can actually track whether it's 1.5, whether it's 12, whether it's Times New Roman or not. So please follow nicely, okay? Do not take picture, because last year there was some of them only take picture of the essay and submit. Cannot do that. Some of them also submit a video. Cannot. You need to make sure that you upload in PDF and you follow the format given here. Okay, and then the word limit here is actually 250 to 250 words. Again, as I said, teacher, the judges are reading lots of essays. So if you do not abide to these rules, if you can see, 2-3 pages. Yes, there were students who submitted 3 pages last year. Unfortunately, we have to disqualify because you are not following the rules. Okay, so please, making it quite easy, making it easy for the judges to actually read and assess your essays. Okay, cannot be corrected after you have submitted. Maybe you call the PT for essay writing. Or Cikgu Izzati, essay. Cikgu Izzati, I want to change the essay. Can I change the essay? No, you cannot. Once you have submitted the essay, you have it's permanent. It's there. It's final. Okay. And this is the scoring criteria. It's only based on content and language. Okay, I only want to touch the scoring A because we want to target for A only. Okay, we don't want to target for B, C, and D. So I'll just focus on A. Okay, for A, the content is unique, provides a new perspective and highly relevant to the team. That's why I said, if you really, basically just write what makes a person beautiful, you just write, facts, you just copy facts in here and there. It's not unique and it does not provide new perspective. The judges, they want to see an essay which gives them a new perspective of what makes a person beautiful. So you can explore on that and write something on that. You may ask your students to read few articles, and let them write their ideas and opinions. Okay, and it's okay to get grammar mistakes here and there because you can actually help them and assist them in correcting their grammar. It's okay to do that. You may have an assist. But do not write on your own and submit the work only. The student doesn't know anything, okay, and then you just submit them using their names, cannot teachers, okay? And please be aware that we can actually track whether you are using the copy paste style, okay? The copy paste, because we can actually see and we can actually track whether it's copy paste or not. Okay, because last year they even did some copy pasting were not even changing the font, not changing. They did not even change the color and everything. So teachers, please be aware of the copy paste issue because we are very strict about this. We can actually track whether you are only copy pasting or not. Okay, exceptionally clear and logical organization of ideas. You see, this is what I mean by bringing a new perspective of writing an essay. Not just giving them statistics or facts, but it's about giving them ideas, giving them opinions of what makes a person beautiful. Okay, any questions on the essay competition? Cikgu Kamaru, do you have any questions? In my opinion, only online essay writing is not fair. Due to this pandemic, everything is not fair. The kids sometimes can get trained by the teachers directly, or the parents might be in front of them to show the script, and everything. Yes, but what we want here is actually the students to get involved in these competitions. We give them this opportunity to get involved, and I believe that you teachers out there should be the one who promote the sportsmanship of this competition. Should be the one who practice good sportsmanship in this competition. And I really hope all of you out there, the English teachers out there, are excited about these competitions and try your best in assisting your students. Okay, let's go for the next competition. We also have online language poetry writing. Yeah, before this we only had poetry recitation. Now we have poetry writing. Actually, both competitions for the poetry writing and essay writing, they apply using the same rules. Okay, only the theme is different. Okay, the theme that you have to write for the poetry writing is "Rise When You Fall." Rise when you fall. Okay, this is the theme for the year of 2021. Rise when you fall. Again, during the national level, it will be a different theme. For the district and state level, we will use the same theme, which is rise when you fall. Okay, Again, only one poem since we allow you to participate with 2 participants. So, of course, you can submit 2 poems, okay? In PDF file, authentic, the same rules, Times New Roman, font 12, 1.5 spacing, PDF. Okay, for primary, you only need to write, the kid has only need to write 12 to 16 lines only. Okay, 12 to 16 lines only. Okay, 12 to 16 lines only. So that would not be very difficult actually to help them in writing a poem, because I believe in year 4, year 5, and year 6, we do have a syllabus, we do have a part that allow the students to write a poem, based on the lines given, and we do teach them literature, language, arts, and everything. So you may actually assist them in writing a good poem. Okay. Again, the same content 50, language 50 marks. Okay. Again, I would like to only focus on the band A only, because we do not want to get band B, C, D. Okay, we want to get band A only. So for band A, in order for you to get band A, 41 to 50 marks, as I said, you must use the poetic devices. Okay, poetic devices such as simile, onomatopoeia, hyperbole, all those poetic devices that we have. And we can actually teach the students on how to use that. Mature and powerful treatment of the subject matter, and of course, memorable. As I said, it's the same like poetry recitation actually, where you have to recite a poem that is actually more memorable, matured, and powerful enough for people to really understand, comprehend, feel, and truly remember your poem. Okay? And the language has to be creative and conventional, impressive use of language. So teachers, I understand these 2 new competitions are quite new actually, because last year we did have these competitions, but there were no briefing at all. Okay, so I'm giving you this briefing so that you can actually understand what they are really seeking into a good poem. Okay, a good poem should really convey the theme given. Okay, rise when you fall. A poem that might give you a new perspective on how to rise after you have fell. Okay, so these are the things that you might consider in writing the poem, especially in assisting your students to write the poem. Okay, any more questions before I move on to the next competition? Okay, for level 1, year 3, storytelling education, same as level 2. Mr. Walid Channel, can you showcase that question to Kamaru? Yes, for level 1, year 3, storytelling education, same as level 2. Yes, it's the same. Okay, you may refer to the concept paper later. Okay, next we have English language sketch competition. Okay, I am very excited with this competition because it's a new competition, and if you're a drama person, then I believe it's a good competition for you to encourage your students to participate. And as I said, if you want to have more kemenjadian murid, this is a good competition to spot on, because this competition requires at least 10, a maximum of 10 participants. Okay, 10 participants, that's a lot actually. Okay, from year 4 to year 6 pupils. Okay, year 3 are allowed, year 3 pupils are allowed if you are coming from under-enrolled schools. Okay, okay, a maximum of 10 participants include the technical crew, stage manager, technical coordinator, set and prop assistant, prompter, director. You can name all the different technical teams. Okay, and 2 teachers in charge. But in the registration form, you only one teacher as a guru pemimpin. Okay, in all competitions, in all Google form, we only one teacher's name. Okay. Now, a maximum of 10 participants, and it is encouraged that the majority of the group. Okay, it is encouraged that the majority of the team members act and speak. Okay, you may have 2 people as the prop assistant, but try to have more people or more team members to act, because this will work in the favor of the team. Okay, we can give marks on the team collaboration and everything. Okay, now how long is it? It's 7 to 10 minutes. 7 to 10 minutes, and the selection of the team is open. There is no set theme given by the ministry or even by JPN. The theme is open, but you should not touch on sensitive issues, for instance, like race, religion, stereotyping, politics, and so on. Okay, the selection of theme is open. It's up to you to choose what theme to play the sketch and everything. Okay, participating teams are encouraged to produce their own scripts. Okay, scripts or translated scripts of established plays must be adapted and cited. You can actually produce your own script, or you may actually translate or adapt any plays, okay, any scripts, but it must be adapted and cited. Okay, you may take any scripts from different websites, whatever, but it must be adapted and cited. Okay, how to do that? Later we will see that. Okay, and then in the sketch scripts, you must include synopsis, cast list, using the font 12 times New Roman on A4 paper. Script should be sent to the organizing committee 2 weeks before the competition prior. Now, teachers, you don't have to worry because we, in the PPD, BP website, English Ko-Akademik website, we have actually uploaded the files, okay? You only need to download the file, okay? And in the file, we have already put there synopsis, the cast list, and everything using the font 12 times New Roman on A4 paper. You fill in that and you upload again in the Google form. Okay, we will open the website later. Okay, let's go back to this sketch. So, okay, we have one question. Can we do the sketch training at school? Cikgu Selamat Gusnani. Thank you for that question because, okay, since you are asking me, straight away I will just go to this part. 4.9. Okay, the actors must be recorded separately and merged for the final video. Face-to-face interaction is prohibited as per SOP given by MOE. Unfortunately, Cikgu Selamat, you cannot record the students doing the sketch at school. It must be recorded in their house. Okay, it cannot be done at school. Face-to-face interaction. So how to do, Mr. Hanif? How to record the students? Well, this is a new challenge for you because you may actually ask the students to record, and then you can combine the videos. Not like poetry writing, not like poetry recitation, public speaking, storytelling. Those competitions, it needs to be done in one single take. But for sketch, no need for one single take. You can combine the video. Okay, teachers? You can combine the video. So maybe for scene 1, you ask Kamaro to record first. Kamaro will record. Hello, what are you doing there? Okay, and then Cikgu Azwan. Okay, Azwan will record another video and send to you. Hey, I'm here. I'm playing Legos. So something like that. And then you can combine the videos. Okay, teachers, that's how you do it. Or if you want to do it, in a real life situation, you can actually do that in a Google Meet. You ask the person, you ask all of them to go into Google Meet, and one by one will, read their lines, and you can record the Google Meet. It's also fine. It's also okay. But if you want to combine the videos, also good enough. Okay, no need for one single take. But again, it must be in landscape mode. Okay, it must be in landscape mode. And no subtitle. This is very important. Because why? Because not like last year, teacher, last year for storytelling and poetry, there were some of the videos who put subtitle as if we cannot listen to the words. So teachers, be aware. I do understand that you want to make it, canggih, you want to make it, like so modern, you put subtitle just like the movie and everything. Cannot do that. You cannot put subtitles. You cannot put subtitles. We only will refer to your script. We will only refer to your script in case if we require any validation on the script. Okay, let me just go back a little bit. It's 7 to 10 minutes. Okay, teachers. Let's talk about costume. Participants should wear appropriate costumes in line with the characters. This time, allow for costume. Storytelling and sketch allow students to use costumes. but it has to be appropriate in line with the characters. Okay, set and props. The use and set and props should be minimized. Okay, the use of sharp object like keris, knife cannot be used lah. Fire. Okay, please do not create any sketch that use all these sharp objects or hazardous materials. Okay, the safety of set and props should be ensured at all times. Okay, virtual props. This is very important also. Virtual props or CGI are not allowed. I do understand that lots of students are very creative. Even you teachers also produce lots of videos using CGI or using green screen. Okay, so if you use the green screen as as the background, you cannot do that. Okay, but you can actually organize whatever behind me here. Okay, you can actually organize around me here to become the set. It's okay. Okay, this time for sketch, no need for single plain color. No need for single plain background color. It's not needed in sketch competition. This time you want to add in the river, okay, or around the waterfall or around the beach, but make sure it's near your house. Okay, then it's fine. But then if you want, you cannot do a virtual props or CGI background. It's not allowed. Okay, but you can actually decorate your house, to make it look like something what you are actually portraying the characters. Okay, let me just have a drink, okay? Thank you. We are back again. We have commercial break. Okay. Thank you, Teacher Kamar, for hosting this webinar. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Music. Is it allowed to use? Yes, you are allowed to use music. Okay. And any recordings. Okay, you are allowed to use music or recordings, to enhance the video presentation. It's okay, but please check the copyright of the music. Please do not just simply take any music from YouTube or Spotify or any music platforms and just use it as your music video background. Please do not do this. Please check the copyright of the music. I suggest you to go search for free royalty music. Okay, you check. There are few websites that offer there are few websites that offer free royalty music like Band Sound. You can just Google and you can find all the music. Okay. Okay. Now, reading and submission I have mentioned earlier. Okay. Okay, and for the prizes, for sketch we have champion, second prize, third prize, and we also have best performer. This is interesting. If we, we will reward, okay, this recognition to student who we find to be the best performer of all the sketches that we have in this competition. Okay. This is the scoring criteria, the adjudication form. As you can see, we can see the creativity of sketch, language, overall coordination and performance, positive values and message. Okay, as you can see here, it's looking into the storyline, development, the plot, scene, coordination, music and theme, the dialogues, the costumes, the props and everything. Okay, it takes into consideration as well the pronunciation and enunciation of the students. Okay, we have a question here. Can we use props for storytelling? Okay, now let's take a look into this concept paper. Okay, teachers, if you read this one, 3.3.4. Can you see? Let me just zoom. Props, backdrops, and sound effects are not allowed. Any use of these will allow for disqualification of the judges. This one is for storytelling, and this applies for storytelling level 1 and level 2. So props are not allowed. Okay, teachers? Costume is okay. Okay, but costume is okay. But props, if you want to bring sword, if you want to bring sheep, or you want to bring fruits, cannot do that. Sorry, props are not allowed. Okay. Okay, let's go for sketch. This is the scoring criteria, as you can see. And yeah. Teachers, that will be all for all the concept papers that we have received. Okay, so we have explained to you, I have explained to you the online storytelling, online public speaking, online poetry recitation, online English language essay, online poetry, English poetry writing competition, and online sketch competition. We also have more competitions coming, a very exciting new competitions, mini documentary, which student has to create a documentary based on the topic given. We also have product review competition. The students will have to talk about the product. We're talking about this mouse, this Logitech Marvel mouse, or this watch, okay? Or maybe talking about phones, all those things, it's going to be interesting. We also have Dare to Spell challenge, just like spell it right. Students have to spell online also. And we have new style and we have new mode of Scrabble competition. It's also online. So once we have received all the concept papers from Bahagian and JPN, we will definitely conduct another webinar to really explain to you and answer to your live questions. Okay, so before I end this slot, I would like to show you our official website. Just give me a time to break. Okay, now teachers, I will show you, this is the official Batu Pahat English Ko-Akademik site. As you can see, this is the official website. Okay, so in this website, we offer to you concept paper and the registration form, as well as the closing date here, 23rd of August. Okay, we have all competitions here. Okay, for Scrabble, product review, mini documentary, Dare to Spell, we are still waiting from Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Johor on from the SKK. Okay, let's say you want to register your student, what should you do? Okay, so you may click on the registration form. Okay, click on the registration form. Okay. Okay, so this is the registration form for public speaking. Once you click, okay, it will explain to you. Okay, borang ini digunakan bagi penyataan bagi pertandingan dan dinyatakan. Sila pastikan anda telah menyediakan bahan dan dokumen diperlukan sebelum mengisi borang ini. So before you click on the registration form for any other competitions, make sure you have all the documents ready. Okay, and if you have any problems, you can contact Tuan Haji Yusri or myself or the technical officer for public speaking, Cikgu Zikri. Okay, so you just have to fill in everything here, jantina, bangsa, okay, nama sekolah, zone, okay, you can click on your zone here. nama guru pembimbing, tajuk public speaking, the link. Okay, now talking about the link. Okay, link video tersebut, link video penyertaan sama ada daripada YouTube atau Google Drive. I would recommend you to upload the videos on YouTube and set it unlisted. Then you give us the link. Okay, or you don't want to set unlisted, you just want to set public, it's okay, never mind, it will be great also. Okay, but please upload, you can upload on YouTube and paste the link on YouTube and paste the link on this Google form registration. Why do I recommend you to use YouTube to upload the videos? Because number one, it's more stable. Number two, it's easy to stream and watch the video. Okay, and number three, we don't have any problems with the sharing permission. If you're using Google Drive, you want to share to us, you give us the link, but the problem is you do not share, you do not set the videos to be shared, we cannot access the videos, okay? So make sure, if you want to use Google Drive, put it in the Google Drive, put share link, go to the sharing link, and set it to be viewed as a public, okay? The same, that's why I recommend you to use YouTube, because it's much easier and it's very easy to be, pasting the link here in this Google form, okay? And you have to muat naik your script for public speaking and pengesahan kebenaran penyertaan. I would recommend teachers to help students in registering your students, okay, rather than the parents themselves, because it's much easier and you know which zone you are in, the name of the school and everything. Okay? Any questions on the registration? Okay? Okay, can the students wear coat to cover the logo on the school uniform? Yeah. They can wear their blazer or any coat, okay, to cover the school logo. Can you explain the differences between costume and props? Thank you in advance. Okay, Cikgu Nur Hawa Mohtar. Okay, the costumes and the props. The costume is basically what they wear. The props are the things not on the costume. I do understand that some students or some teachers, they are very clever. They just stick the props on the costume, okay, so that whenever the kid want to use the props, the kid will just have to, pull the props from the costume and they can use the props. No, you cannot do that, okay? You cannot do that. The costume is only the attire. What I mean by costume is the attire, okay? Props are the things that you use to enhance the story or to enhance the presentation, okay? You cannot do that, okay? For example, I want to talk about fruits. So, can you please send me the basket of the fruit? Let me just show something. Okay, I want to talk about the different fruits in Malaysia. So today, see, I bring fruits. I got rambutan here. I've got banana here. So this is the props. These are props, and you cannot use the props. Okay, costumes are just the attire. I hope that answers that question, Cikgu Nur Hawa. Thank you so much. I think Cikgu Afika, we can move forward for the Q&A session.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Hanif. I think the meeting is now open for sharing. Teachers, if you have more questions to ask, please post your questions in the chat section. Yes, it's Q&A session now.
Okay. I love the website. Thank you for developing for us, Cikgu Farida. Okay, most welcome, Cikgu Farida. Can we have this question, Cikgu Kamaro, from Cikgu Nurul Shazar? Okay, scripts to be handed in 2 weeks prior. So that means by date. Okay, no, teacher Cikgu Nurul Shazar, the concept paper was released by Bahagian. Okay, but for us in PPD Batu Pahat, the script, whatever script that you have for public speaking, storytelling, poetry, recitation, sketch, even for the essay writing and the poetry writing, you must submit the script on the day that you want to register your students. It doesn't have to be 2 weeks prior or maybe 3 days prior to the date of closing. Okay, so you just have to submit the videos on the date that you want to register your students, but make sure it's before the due date. Okay. Okay. Any more questions? I'm seeing a lot of comments here and suggestions given by the teachers and the technical officers. Thank you very much, Cikgu Zikri, for helping us also in the chat section. Cikgu Ann, okay. Okay. If you do not have any more questions, we can end this session. And if you have any more questions, you may write in the comment section, and we will have you to actually answer to any questions. Okay. So
I think it
before
looks
we
like
end,
we have covered all of the questions. Is it?
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Mr.
So
Hanif, is there
before we end,
anything else? Yes.
yeah, before we end, maybe I'll share again the SPL KPM QR code for them to register. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, teachers, right now PPD, not just PPD, actually the ministry is having problem with the QR code registration form straight away to SPL KPM. So they are suggesting us to use Google Forms or Microsoft Forms to gather all the information for now, and then we can register you once it's ready. Once the SPL KPM website is ready. Okay, so you may scan now the SPL KPM
Yes.
QR code, and it's only available until 10 o'clock by tonight. Okay, it's only available until 10 o'clock by tonight for you to register. Okay, but teachers, this video is opened until I delete it. Okay, so for now we don't have any intentions to delete it because we want you to share the videos in case if any of your teachers still have problems to try and understand the new rules and regulations for all the concept papers. Okay, I think that would be all for us, Cikgu Kiki. Over to you, Cikgu Kiki.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Hanif. I think, is there anything else you want to cover before I wrap up? No?
No,
Any
I think that
words
will
of
be all
wisdom to the
from me.
teachers? Okay, that's all. Okay, thank you, Hanif. Thank you very much. I think all teachers, they are very happy with your explanations. It's very clear, isn't it? So I really hope that all the explanations will give some insights to all the teachers. I will be excited to train our pupils. Okay, now I think we have come to the end of our webinar. We would like to thank PPD Batu Pahat, Majlis Pemuafakatan Bahasa Inggeris Daerah Batu Pahat, and everyone who making this webinar possible. Thank you, everyone. I am Cikgu Afika, and it was a pleasure being with you all today. To all of you English teachers, be excited, all the best, and happy training.
Good luck, everyone. See
Yeah,
you.
good
Take
luck.
care. Bye. Assalamualaikum.